Hello, Asim, and all of you who just happen to be tuning in to YouTube and the Canadian Immigration Institute who got the notification that I was going live. And yes, I am. It is 11:07 p.m. Mountain Time. What the heck am I doing up so late? Well, I've noticed that some people have been quite frustrated about my inability to answer all of their questions in the live Q&As in the morning. And in fairness, it is overwhelming how many people post. Remember, they're coming in from YouTube. They're coming in from the Canadian Immigration Institute Facebook page, as well as the Express Entry Law private Facebook group where there's 125,000, 126,000 members. And so the feed, it just comes just like crazy. And so lately we've instituted the super chats to kind of allow people to pay a few dollars to get their questions bumped up. And I know some people, maybe that's where I'm getting all the thumbs down. But the reality is, I have to figure out a way to allow people to kind of distinguish themselves and to try to isolate the questions that are going to be of the most benefit to everyone out there. And this YouTube experience has been interesting. It's been a journey as Mark Holthe, yes, me, Canadian immigration lawyer, as I started the Express Entry Law Facebook page, that group. That was the first one that I did over 6 years ago. And we're almost closing into 7. It's been there. And it's just grown and grown and grown. But Facebook has not been my friend. I went live there just to experiment tonight. And I had like 2 people that were watching. And this is awesome. Asim, my friend, this is something that is really hard for me, my friend, because there's lots of people out there that are looking for assistance. And, you know, when I look at this, you say, I want your WhatsApp number. Well, the best way for you to connect with me, my friend, is to go over here and then book a consultation. And then we can talk about whatever you need to talk about. And I can help you in whatever way you might need assistance. All right. Okay, so I wanted to jump on, and yes, I'm going to open it up for questions, you guys. I will tonight, absolutely open it up for questions, and we can talk about anything that you want to. I want to let you guys know, and Igor and I did a video. It was so fun. He came down to Lethbridge, and fortunately, the rules in Alberta are such that we can have one household with one household as long as everybody's fully vaccinated. And so it was great to have him and his wife, Tatiana, come down and spend the day with us. And we had a great day. And it was fun to be able to launch this, which is our affiliate program. So many of you have been just unbelievable supporters of what I've been trying to do. And as I've thought a lot about the options that I have to try to get the message out, because I can't tell you how frequently people say, Mark, if I'd known about you before I made this mistake, they usually find me after they make the mistakes, it never would have happened. And it's true. I don't pay anything to market or promote. Like, I don't pay anything for SEO on my website. I don't pay anything in YouTube to promote the videos that I do. It's all organic. Facebook, maybe that's why Facebook doesn't like me, because I don't pay them. Instead, I rely on good people like you to share what I'm doing with your friends. And when people go in and they subscribe to my courses, when they go into the Canadian Immigration Institute, and you know, when they subscribe to the TR to PR pathway or whatever it is, and they attend the master classes, and they go through all the tutorials and everything else that's associated with it, when they have the benefit and they have their PR in hand, their PR card, they say, well, hey, like, this is easy. I'm happy to refer Mark. This was awesome. It was so helpful. I was able to do it myself, save a ton of money, but still get the direct help from an immigration lawyer. And, you know, many of you know, I just dropped off as the chair of the National Canadian Bar Association's immigration section. I'm the immediate past chair right now. And so I've got more time now to do videos. Thus my news, immigration alerts. I've been doing more individual videos on Express Entry that are more consumable than the long hour. Well, last time it was like an hour and a half. I think I did the Q&A. And so I've got all of these things going on that are all designed to create ways to help you in your journey. And it all got started because I saw so many people who were missing out because they didn't understand. And I knew that I could help them to prevent that. So that's why I started. And obviously I I, this is my business. This is my livelihood. This is how I support my family, is through the work of of Holthe Immigration Law, my law firm, and the revenues that I earn from the courses. And those of you who took the TR to PR pathway course, well, you can do the math. You can see we've got over 400, members in that group. And it has just been a wonderful blessing financially to myself and my family. And so the ability that I have to help and assist so many people, and amplify what I'm doing, the message, just makes all the difference in the world. So that is what is going on with me. And when it comes to the courses, because of how successful these have been, and how many of these alumni go through the courses, I wanted to create this affiliate program. And the affiliate program is designed to reward people who are just naturally doing what they've been doing for the past, well, really, in all honesty, I guess it's 17 years of my practice, or whenever I started. It's all a blur. I can't even remember. It's been so long ago. But to have good people just sharing with their family and friends, right up here, the affiliate program, and there's, I think, a link in this description. Those, when you go in and you become an affiliate, it's really easy to do. You get a series of links. And if one of your friends or someone you share it with purchases through your unique link, and this stuff is sophisticated, these cookies, they know up to 30 days after, if they go back to your link, you're still connected to them. You get a 30% commission per sale. And it's just our way of saying thanks. And I'd rather give it to you awesome people than pay ads. That's pretty much it. So I just want to let everybody know about that. And remember that I have, of those courses that I have out there, the one thing a person was asking me in one of my previous videos or lives that I've done tonight, I've done a whole bunch of these lives, each individual channel. But when we were going through this, they were asking about why everything was slow with all these programs. And one of them was the LMIA process. And if you scroll through here, you'll see the spousals was delayed release because they moved everything online. And so I had to revamp that, and I'm working through it. But I was just about ready to pull the LMIA course for high wage positions, because they'd gone online. But then I got an email notification through immigration or through ESDC that they encouraging people not to submit through online because it's just a disaster full of problems, and encouraged us to submit via paper, which is crazy. But this course right here is alive and well, and it's a fantastic overview and really detailed instructions on how to make it through. So anyone who has an employer with a job offer and they're wondering how to get this LMIA, this is the route. And generally speaking, when they're offering positions, it's generally the high wage that you're shooting for, to make sure that your position is at a skilled level to be able to eventually immigrate, get those points for express entry or one of the PNPs. And so that's why I went through that one. Okay, let's see here what we have. Okay, good, Asim. Thank you. I'm glad that you understand. Okay, Sandeep, hello to you. I love that one. Honest. That's fantastic. You must have had that right off the bat to be able to get that. Spider-Man, you're back. Awesome. It's so good to see you. And then we've got Asim who says he needs to immigrate from the UAE, and you're Pakistan. That happens so much, you guys. Wow. I have so many clients who, it's all nice to get that job in the UAE, right? Asim, and to be there, and then jobs change or something like that, and then your ability to stay is gone. And I've had consults with families that have been there, almost generations, 30, 40 years. And now the job dried up, something happened, and now the family's whole life has been there, not in Pakistan. And now they're faced with the reality of having to move back, or wondering if there's an option in Canada. So that's super, super common, Asim, super common. Okay, yeah, and that's a good question. How many IRCC officers we have? How much is the backlog application? We obviously have not enough officers, and the backlogs are growing. Now, I'll point out one thing to you, Jat, here. We'll flip over here, we'll open up the screen, and we'll go to IRCC. You can pull the processing times yourself. Now, you'll see right off the bat that they say, hey, due to the COVID, and you might as well add on the Afghanistan crisis, we can't process applications normally, give accurate processing times for most applications. So you have to take this with a grain of salt. But let's say we want to know, how long is it taking a work permit to be processed from abroad? So let's say you've got an LMIA and you're applying for a work permit from, I don't know, New Delhi. Let's say you're there. And we go here and we go to work permit from outside Canada. Then it asks location. This is important because if you are coming from a country where your passport has to have a visa in it, then the social distancing rules, whether or not the visa office has returned back to normal operation, has a huge impact on it. But let's say it is India. So we'll just jump down here and we'll choose India, and then get processing times. You can see, I'm not joking. This isn't 33 days, you guys. It isn't. This is 33 weeks. So you do the math. Let's do the math because I'm not a mathematician. 33 divided by 4 is like over 8 months. And this is absolutely insane. They just started updating these just 3 days ago. Maybe they heard me complaining about the lack of transparency, but at least now you have an idea of what to expect. And so it's absolutely atrocious to imagine that it's that long, but at least now you can govern your affairs. You can manage your expectations. The worst is when you've been waiting and you've got this expectation that it's going to be 2 weeks, and then it's 8.25 months, right? It's absolutely insane. So yes. Okay. Jat, you can apply through as many programs as you want to. There's no restrictions. You just can't have more than one sponsorship if you're sponsoring a family member. Okay. Kishan says, I have a TR to PR application with an Outland dependent. Yeah, you're stuck too. Yep. 1228. No AOR yet. Are they slow on Outland dependent applications? They're slow on anything Outland, my friend. Yes. It's just, absolutely atrocious. And the spousal open work permit, same story. The processing is just like you saw. They don't distinguish LMIA work permits from work permits that are seasonal, like spousal open work permits or intercompany transfers. It's just ugly. So, okay. Kartik, you got your Canadian study visa just a few days ago. Oh, I was clapping and I didn't have my sound effects on. I'm going to give you another one. There you go. Lots of cheering for you, Kartik. Lots of cheering. Artie's over in Qatar. Thanks for tuning in, Artie. Okay, Anna says, can I apply for a visitor visa after having my profile in EE? I miss my best friend. I know other profiles take the priority like blood relation and other family members, but what is my chance? So when you've got your profile in, it's just one factor, but depending on the country you're in, sometimes they can use that as a justification for feeling you don't have or you lack temporary intent. Now, they can't rely exclusively on that because of the provision within the legislation. They have to allow for the concept of dual intent, which is I intend to become a permanent resident one day, but I also intend to fully abide by any conditions on my temporary stay. And so, there's nothing stopping you from submitting the application for sure. You just need to make sure you really, really justify clearly that temporary intent. Okay, can we travel after getting eCOPR without the PR card? Is it easy to get PRTD approval from India? Do not travel. I highly recommend that you don't until you get your PR cards. When it comes to the permanent resident travel documents, yes, you can apply for them, but is it easy? No, it's not difficult to get them approved. It's just the processing times, right? And so those are not posted. We don't see those anywhere, but we know if work permits are 8 months, you're going to be looking at months probably to get your PRTD, your permanent resident travel document. That because of the situation that's happening. Okay, Spider-Man. That's awesome. I love that image too. That is so cool. This is a great chance to ask questions. So I submitted my passport for the visitor visa for the work permit more than a month ago and still haven't received it back. Have I a good chance if I do a web form? Web forms are going to do, well, you can always inquire, but understand, let's take a look. Okay, let's flip it over. So basically you submitted your passport for the visitor visa for the work permit more than a month ago. Now, if you're talking about right here, temporary residence, and then you're talking about a visitor visa from inside Canada, okay, so this is not a visitor extension to allow you to stay as a visitor, but one that's imprinted in your passport. And then we go check the processing times. You can see that these in the same way are an eternity. 130 days, 30, 60, 90, 120. We're over 4 months. So there you go. All right, let's flip back here. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. There you go. Let's take a look. You guys know that you can go here and you can look up pretty much anything. Permanent resident cards. This is, I'm waiting for my first card. You click the processing time, 139 days. And that was just, like I said, everything was updated on October the 12th, 3 days ago. So there you go. There's a quick answer. Okay. And congratulations there. I really, really am happy for you. I don't like your YouTube name though. I'll be honest. Please change that. I don't like that. Asim, my fee, just book a consult. When you go over, you can see here when you book a consult, the 25-minute consultation is with me, no one else. And I charge $315 Canadian for a 25-minute consult. But do not be deceived by that. I'm not a representative where you spend the first 20 minutes explaining your situation, and then the last 5 minutes I say, well, it could be this, could be this. No. In the consult, I do exactly as I do online. You watch me. I answer your questions. I give you actual information that you can rely upon to know how to proceed forward. And that's what I do. So that's how much the fees are. CEC draw. I thought there'd be one already. I really did. I thought they would do another one, but they must be completely with the Afghan crisis. They just don't have officers. They're backlogged with the TR to PR pathway now. Obviously, if the visitor visa officers are going back to process visitor visas, everything's ground to a halt. So they probably, their inventory is just chock full, and they don't want to extend or add more to their inventory until they start cutting into the one they have now. So yeah, I just can't, yeah, I'm not sure ultimately if we're going to see it or we're not. You know, they've been continuing to do the PNPs. Why? Because they have obligation to do that for the PNPs. So when they nominate someone, they have to continue doing those, at least based on agreements that they have with the provinces, given the fact they culled out everybody in those big, massive draw 176 and the TR to PR pathway. Many of those were PNP candidates potentially. And so this is a way for them to kind of say, okay, we know we caused problems for you, so we'll keep doing rounds of invitations. Okay, this is important here. So let's see what we've got here for Dashtapur. Hey, Mark, we saw some application refusals for open work permit under TR to PR because IRCC updated policy. How about the applications that applied before updating the policy? They will refuse too. So unfortunately, you have to be a little bit more clear with that in terms of what policy has been updated for open work permits. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, but maybe you can post a link and let me know. We'll go just a little bit longer here. I didn't intend for this to be a super long TR Q&A, but let's just see here. Okay, so here we go. So Christopher says, okay, I'm a temp foreign worker as a manager in fast food. Fiance is a Canadian. She wants to sponsor me as a spouse. How many months it's going to take for me to have an open work permit in the PR? Thank you. Right now, we're seeing about 6 to 7 months for that open work permit to come back when you file an in-Canada spousal sponsorship. So if you flip it back over here, and let's take a look at the processing times again. Once again, this isn't magic. You guys can look at it yourself. Family sponsorship, spouse, partner living inside Canada, get time, 12 months is what they're targeting. So, and you can see, like most of the ones I've already showed, if you go down here and you look, scroll down. Okay, so this one was last updated September the 23rd, which is not terribly old. So that's kind of, you can kind of rely on it. So there you go, Christopher. And remember, I hear, like what I do every day is this kind of stuff. So book a consult. I can get you guys started on the right foot, answer all those questions. If you ultimately choose to do a collaborative review, I love doing those things with spouses as much as I do the express entry and TR to PR and all the rest of them. So working for global companies, getting work permits for them. Okay. Artie says, my son had his medicals in Canada on the 20th because border officers have asked him to do so. Now he's going for study permit extension. Should he go for medical again? No. If he did his medicals on the 20th of May, he shouldn't need to do his medical again. I'm assuming, are you in Canada? Especially if you haven't traveled anywhere, Artie, then unless it specifically requests it, which right now it shouldn't, then you shouldn't have to do that. Okay, Rashab says, I'm applying for study permit under the SDS category. I have 5 U.S. student visa rejections, but I also have 7 Schengen visas in my passport. How does it affect my case? They look at everything holistically. It's not just those refusals either. They will look at everything from your funds to your ties to your home country, to your education plan, all of those things. That's crazy. 5 U.S. student visa rejections. That must have been just so difficult for you. But you know what? Coming to study in Canada, Rashab, I hope they approve it for you. And I like to think that our Canadian education system is pretty awesome. Yes, indeed. Okay. Asim, there's almost always going to be a language test, my friend. Yep. CRAD hasn't even arrived after 141 days. I know, you guys. And you can, that's why when I was showing you this and we were looking at the processing times, and if we go up to the top, that's why they have the caveat, which says we can't even give you processing times for most applications. So even those are guidelines because there's a lot of different factors affecting. Okay. I think you guys are getting those questions in so fast. I can't keep up. Remember, like I said before, 2 things I want to point out. One is the fact that my express entry course right here is launching on Monday. So get over there and subscribe. It is going to be awesome. Those of you who've already done it, or those of you who have already submitted your application, you know what I offer. Become an affiliate and you can get 30% commission to anyone who then subscribes to this through your unique link. So you guys can do the math. When you click get the course, and then we actually go in and register now, the cost of the course is $347 US, which is about maybe $450, $425 Canadian. Well, you get 30%. So you can do the math when people purchase through your unique link. So become an affiliate and let me reward you. I love when you refer anyways and people just go and purchase straight up, but hey, I'd love to reward you guys as well. Okay, so please join me. It's going to be awesome. Okay, Chinton says CRS 494. That's high. And NOC is 1241. Hope to get an ITA through FSW before implementation of latest NOC amendment. Yeah, many people, Chinton, are saying that exact same thing. You guys can see what the disaster is of everything going on, right? You can see how, like I just said, the ESDC, the LMIA portal is like, they've basically rolled it back and said file in paper. Everything else is going at a snail's pace. The portals are constantly crashing. They are trying to resurrect new portals for everything, including visitor visas. You can still apply through GC Key, but there's the new portal for visitors. There's a new portal for student permits. There's new portal for filing the old paper-based PRs. And by and large, they are all a disaster. So my question for you is, how soon do you think they're going to roll out a brand new system that takes into consideration the nuances of those weird NOC kind of categorizations that they've made? How soon are they going to roll that out? Well, boy, I was involved. I was working as a pro bono student to the hearings officers in Calgary back in 2003. So I was their little pro bono slave. So I was going to law school and I was working for immigration, and I'd help them prepare their packages for the hearings. And, I'd worked on the border that summer before as an officer. So I had all my clearances already and everything. And even at that time, GCMS, the existing kind of GC Key system, was being created. Well, not the GC Key online filing, but the whole the program that all the officers administer for the global network, that global case management system. It was pretty much approved. One of the hearings officers had been on the task force assigned to overview it and to test it. And it wasn't until probably 4 years, 5 years later, 2008, nine, where they actually rolled out GCMS and they did away with the old CAPE system. And so when people say, oh, I'm worried about my work history not being able to count and the changes happening before I have a chance to apply, I'm not worried about that now. And in fact, I'm not worried about that anytime soon. They have enough on their plate than to roll out a whole new system. They're trying to process the Afghan crisis applications. They're trying to deal with all of the ramifications of the pandemic that still exist, the new programs, all the paper-based, all the overseas people that haven't even seen their applications moving. So, yeah. Okay, so Asim, same thing. Go book a consult, my friend. That's where we start. Okay. Okay, so CRAD hasn't arrived even after 104 days. Yes. Okay, Herman says, really? Chirag Rai Aurora. Okay, great. I like real names. Yeah, anything that is kind of linked to Nazis, I'm, I prefer new names. So yeah, and oh, now I see what's going on. Okay, Herman is talking to Chirag. Yes. Yep, that's exactly what's happened. Okay. Sometimes I can't tell when you guys are talking to yourself or whether you're asking me a question. And then I'm trying to decipher with very few little indicators. Okay. Yep. E. Coper in March. Yep. Mohammed, are you a consultant? It's interesting. I've done sessions for the law societies, for the Canadian Bar Association on all kinds of things. As far as teaching marketing, I think I've got a lot to learn about it. I love doing this stuff. All I know how to do is produce content and try to make it really, really good as I can, and then see if people like it and share it. Igor's been a wonderful support for me, and I'd encourage you guys to head over here. Well, actually, let me just see here. I'd encourage you guys to just look on the YouTube channel, because that's where you guys are right now, and watch the video that Igor and I did launching the affiliate program. The work behind this, Igor has been a master of this. He's been the one that has kind of figured it out and helped me a lot. And he was here with me live. It was really fun. And yeah, talking about our affiliate program. So go and watch that video for sure if you can. But yeah, I love to teach. Like I said, I was a former high school teacher, and I love to coach sports, and I played sports. I played lots of volleyball, coached volleyball. I played volleyball at the collegiate level here, and I had a wonderful time. And I did track and field, and I coached track and field. And that's a long time ago now. When I was a young kid, 1992. Most of you, well, many of you may not even been born, back then. But 1992, I went to the Olympic trials for Canada to go to the Barcelona Olympics for high jump, and it was a lot of fun. I loved it. I jumped 205, so 2 meters 5 centimeters, and as a 178 centimeter kid, it was a little bit over my head back then, but I wasn't as chubby as I am now, and I just turned 49, so my next birthday is going to be the big 50. But back when I was 18, I love that stuff. I love to jump and basketball and dunking, and yeah, I did a lot of stuff. But as things transitioned and as I got a family, got married, then I shifted, and I loved sports. But then I moved into just doing everything I could to provide for my family and make an awesome life for them. And you guys are a big part of that. So thank you for all of your support. Okay. I think when it gets late, I just get sentimental or something. So, all right, let's get to a few more questions and then we'll wrap up tonight. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Yep. Still no response. Okay. Then we've got you guys talking to each other. So let's see here. Okay. Kishan says, I have a spousal open work permit and TR to PR in progress. Can I apply for a visitor visa? And in case the visitor visa gets rejected, do I have to update IRCC about the refusal? So Kishan, if you're in Canada, which I'm assuming you are, it's very unlikely that that visitor visa would get rejected. In fact, there's virtually no reason why they would reject your visitor visa to be able to leave and re-enter Canada. Personally, I don't advise anyone to leave if they got a PR application in the queue, just because things are too volatile, and I'd hate for you to get trapped out and then say the TR to PR pathway, they need to finalize it. you're not in Canada, which is a requirement, and then you lose out on everything and you're stuck outside of Canada. Okay. And to sim, book a consult, my friend, and we can talk about all those things. Because even that question, I can't answer that question without a whole lot more information about you. Okay. Yeah, Roshu, no clue. At this stage, I expected it to happen already. And so the fact that it's been delayed, like we talked about in length, I think to a large extent, it's a product of this massive inventory that they have of applications. Okay, from Vancouver, Express Entry FSW, yeah, Outland applicant, December 2020, just became inland on a work permit. Can I expect quicker PR processing time? No. For whatever reason, they've told us that it's too hard for them to separate those who are FSW in Canada from those who are outside Canada. And I don't know. I can't really respond to that. I don't know why they would say that or what is so logistically complicated. It's just, oh boy, don't even get me started. I'm so frustrated. When I look at what Canada has done, my goodness, we can do so much better. For example, my son, Connor, just awesome kid. I'm so proud of him. He's doing his training now to travel down to Santiago in Chile to be a missionary there, to serve the people of Chile, to volunteer, to help them, to do all kinds of things, to teach them about our church, to proselyte, to just do everything he can to just forget about himself and serve other people. And he's going through his Spanish training right now. And it looks like he's going to be able to go down to Santiago in November. And he's got all his vaccines and, he's done everything that he needs to do. And he'll be gone for, well, I guess it'll be just about 2 years that he serves away from our family. And his whole life will be dedicated to being a representative of Jesus Christ and of giving himself to serve in the service of others. And that's what set the stage for me serving in Portugal all those years ago. And right after I did the Olympic trials in 92, I did those. And then that fall, I went away on my mission to Portugal, where I learned to speak Portuguese and learned to love the people of Portugal. And my son will have that awesome opportunity down in Chile. And so what I'm trying to get at with that story is that we had to complete the forms to and upload his vaccine proof of vaccines as part of the entry requirements to Chile, which is makes perfect sense. And so when I was going through it, I speak Portuguese and it was all in Spanish, but even then it was so easy. And when I uploaded the documents, they were visible right there so I could make sure that I'd uploaded the right one. Why in the world can't they do that with Express Entry? Why even with the TR to PR pathway, when you're uploading those or through the other online portals, why do you have to re-download the document? Like, in some cases, Canada is so far behind. When it comes to technology, absolutely. Chile is ahead of us. Okay, just thought I'd share that with you guys. Okay. Alex says, hey, how long they're processing student visas? Planning to land on September 2022. So Alex, just like I've shown other people, you can easily go to the processing times. And although they say that due to the impact of COVID, they can't guarantee accurate processing times, you can go here. You can choose what is yours. I don't know where you are, Alex, in the world, but you can go to study permit from outside Canada and you can get processing times. And right now they are posting 14 weeks. So these are still a relative priority for them. It's a whole lot better than, the other years and years for some of the other applications. All right, let's see what else we've got going here, guys. So, yeah, it's sad, Herman. It really is. Okay, Cameron, hello to you. Roshu says 441 points in Express Entry pool. Only 1 year left for my visa to expire. So what should I do? Well, Roshu, you need to make sure if at all possible, you can get working for an employer who's actually going to support you with an LMIA to get those extra points. That's the direction that I would point you to, Roshu. But if you want to flip over here, join me over here, book a consultation with me. Or even if you can't get in with me, Alicia is awesome. And Susan is here as well. So all of us are available to help answer questions and guide people when they're really stuck in trying to figure out what they're going to do. All right. Christopher, you're very welcome. Okay, CC draw 439 score is good. And can we expect CC draw this year? I'm not sure, Sanchit. I'm not sure. CC has become extremely competitive, and the scores you saw when they don't do rounds of invitations, and we're clearing a month since the last one, it's going to be 460s probably, even 470. So I've got a client who's anxiously in the 460s waiting to get those extra points. Okay. Okay. So Anonym says, I've received a court report request from IRCC for the TR to PR. What does it mean? Right here, I'm going to ring that bell, my friend, because I need to understand what you're talking about. I highly, highly recommend that you book a consult with me so that we can look at this together. I don't know a court report request. I have to assume that if you're in Canada, that they feel that there's some type of a record of some form on your name or associated with you. So it's something serious, and yeah, I definitely recommend that you book a consult so we can chat about it. Raman, good to see you. Okay. Yeah, I answered that one already. I really don't think so, Raman. I really, really don't think so. Okay, so here's the new update. If a spouse wants to apply for open work permit, the main applicant should apply for open work permit to be eligible, but before was anytime spouse could apply for open work permit. So policy is if the spouse wants to apply for an open work permit, the main applicant should apply for an open work permit to be eligible. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Maybe you can post the link. Have they done away with the spousal of a student? Is that what they've done away with, the C41? Yeah, maybe post the link. I'm still a little bit unclear. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, you're right, Alex. Yeah, any rollout of any system takes at least 8 months due to their complexity. However, you'll see that immigration has not worried much about issuing portals that are full of glitches and problems, and then they allow us to beta test them, right? So version 1.0 is often barely viable. And yeah. Okay, so yeah, book a consult with me, okay, my friend. Let's see. Mama says you've got the very best marketing skills. Well, I don't know about that, but I definitely do my best. And do you know what it is? It's time, right? So it's 11:44 p.m. Mountain Time right now, and I'm here answering questions for free. The only reason this works is because I care. The only reason it works is because I care enough to go on here and answer questions for free when the vast majority of representatives don't need to do this. Well, need isn't an answer. They just, this isn't something that they feel they need to do. And it's something that I have a passion for. Now, if I was to sit here all day and just answer questions for free, I would not be able to support my family. I need every bit as much as any other immigration lawyer for people to go to my website and book a consult with me, to hire me. And if you can go to our website, you can read about our approach, our collaborative review approach, which I think is better than anyone out there. I absolutely love this approach. And I think personally that it is better than anything out there in terms of representation of a client. I don't care who you are or how much experience you are. To be able to work directly with an immigration lawyer is to have them review your application before you submit it is the most efficient, the most accurate, the most cost-effective way, and allows you to retain control so that you know exactly what's happening with your application without having to always go back to the rep and hope they'll graciously tell you what to do. But all of that, I rely so much on people to do that and to come and purchase and join me on my master classes and then tell everybody else how awesome they are and how much they help them. And I think if you guys go to this, you go to the link and you scroll down and you read the testimonials and you read what people say about those, the help. And, Sveta says amazing course. Niha says the course was so helpful for us to finally complete our PR application with full confidence. Navjeet says, I've attended many CPDs regarding Australian immigration law, and this is the first course for Canada, but I found it the best one. You have put your full skills of teacher and immigration lawyer in creating this course, which is a treasure of value information for persons intending to apply their Canadian PR. I rate this course 10 out of 10. So, Abdul says 347 has a great return on investment. And then just lots of other things here. Just very, very kind remarks. Absolutely worth buying this course, says Shrikar. And then Diane Campos was, one of my immigration consultants who took the course. And she said, me, Mark, myself, and the girls will miss you at the office. Very happy to have taken this course. And, so it's not just individuals. George says it's worth a lot more than 400. You guys have seen George around. Shelley's also a consultant, and she had a wonderful experience. And so, yeah, it says this was the best. The service says this was the best 347 I ever spent for sure. So, I love doing what I'm doing, but that's what allows me to keep doing this is when people join me on those courses, because the money I make from them allows me to do this giving back. If this model wasn't working, I would have to go back and do things the way the other lawyers do, which is, you don't talk to me, you don't ask me questions. You mostly deal with a paralegal that I'm paying as little as I can to. And I have the highest volume of applications I can to leverage all my support staff, to pay for the expensive offices, to pay for the expensive salaries in Canada. I would, none of that would, what I do right now would be possible if it wasn't for you. So thank you. All right. Join the course, become an affiliate. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Chinton says, thank you for replying, but in your opinion, will IRCC do any FSW draws in 2021 or not? I don't think so. Chinton, I don't see an FSW draw happening this year. Maybe they'll give us a Christmas present. Remember last December, they did like 4 or 5,000 open draws all at once. And it's entirely possible we could see that. But personally, the way I'm watching things unfold, I'm really doubting it. But that's just my opinion, Chinton. It's an educated opinion, full of experience. But yeah. And yep, MD, I don't think they're going to open that one up again. At least that's my view. Okay. Okay. Harsha says, when can we expect next CEC? Applied for TR to PR. At 1 p.m., no AR. My work permit expires December 5th. CRS is 459. Can we expect CEC? I think there is going to be another CEC this year. Will it be at 459? I'm not sure. The longer they wait between draws, that those scores are going to be high. But yeah, I'm just not sure. I'm not sure about that one. And yes, Herman, you're right. I am happy for that, that you got your PR as well. That's wonderful. RMND says, Mark, are you LDS? I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It is one of the reasons why I am wired the way I am, because I feel like God has given me an opportunity to bless the lives of other people, and with my knowledge and my experience, and just a sincere desire to make the lives of people better. I don't think I would have the same outlook on the world, the same positive outlook on life, if I didn't believe that I had a Father in heaven and a Savior who know me and love me and care about me and want me to succeed, who will bless me as I help others in their journey. I have had far too many experiences to ever question that. Far too many situations in my life where there's just no doubt. It's not faith anymore. It's a knowledge. And Father that's passed to the other side, family members that have had miracles happen in their lives, and this is all that I know how to do. But infused through all of it is and that's why my son is going to serve. That's why my older son, Adam, went to Suriname to serve his mission. That's why my daughter went. She served in Indiana, and she spent a lot of time on university campuses in Indianapolis and surrounding areas, just teaching people just that they have a Father in heaven who loves them, and that there is a plan, and that there is a reason that we're here, and that there is so much more than just a heaven and a hell on the other side. It's far, far more amazing than that really elementary distinction. So if you want to learn more, go to churchofjesuschrist.org and just check out the website. And yeah, and I'm completely transparent about that. So I'm a very faithful Christian who does his very best to live what I profess to believe. Okay, thanks for that, and I guess you are as well, Arvin. Indeed, maybe it's Raymond. I'm not sure, but thumbs up to you. Okay. Doran says the medical and express entry is passed after a month of AOR, but I've not received biometric letter. When should I expect bio? We used to expect it almost instantly. I tell people now about 30 days, but my goodness, it's been all over the map. So Doran, I have to assume that it's coming pretty soon. I have to assume it is, but anything can happen. Absolutely anything can happen. Okay, this is another example of the problems that we're seeing, you guys. I can't put a single line on IMM 5669. Text cut off every line. So I just write on the first line of each table, see attachment, and made a complete separate file for IMM 5669. Thanks, good night. Yes. That's what I advise my clients. Put as much information as in, and there you go for there. Okay, Neil says, wow, you're such a blessed father having a kid who sacrificed for the Lord. Love God and love others, Jesus. Yes, I know. And my wife served a mission for our church. I did. And my eldest daughter, like I said, Jessica, she went to Indianapolis. Adam went to Suriname. Wonderful experience there. He learned to speak Dutch. And Connor gets the privilege of going down to Chile. I'm really, really excited for him. There's nothing better than just leaving everything behind, forgetting about yourself, about your what you want to do for a living, forgetting about just all of the selfish things, the things that are all focused on you. And our world has become so self-centered. It's all about personal, what's in it for me. And these missions teach our kids to go and serve and forget about yourself and understand that this world is a big place and we're all brothers and sisters. And the Lord will take care of those who help each other. Okay. You guys are getting me way too late. I forget that this is going to be a recording that people can watch. Last time you've not disclosed your political affiliation, but I would like to ask, did your vote go in the winning basket? No, it did not. Okay, we'll leave it at that. No, it didn't. When is next CEC? Not sure. We're just not sure. TR to PR pathway again? No, I don't think it's going to happen. Which is the most beautiful province? I'm new to Canada, currently living in Surrey, BC. Oh, the most beautiful is clearly Alberta. Absolutely. I might be biased. BC is really beautiful as well. But they get all those forest fires that keep blowing smoke our way. But you probably know about that, Erwin. Or maybe you're on the other side of the smoke and the forest fires. Okay. Gil, good to see you. Yep. So people are all locked in for long periods of time. Okay. Okay. Nema says, Nema, I need husband process visa Ethiopia. I'd update family sponsorship. I recommend that you book a consult and we can go through this process. And you can just go to our website, speak to a lawyer. I'll share my screen right here. Speak to a lawyer and you are good to go. Okay. Let's keep zipping through here. A couple more and we'll finish off. Manjot 430. It's going to be tough. If they do a lot of draws and more frequent, then yes. And then you look tired, Mark, today. Thanks for answering our questions. I'll be honest, it's been a very long day. I am really tired. I'm fighting to get to the end. And yeah, I'm feeling a little tired, but that's okay. I'm doing this for you guys and I can sleep. In fact, I have planned tomorrow. I am so excited. I have planned a little fishing excursion with my friend. It's getting cold, but I have some new waders and I'll show you guys a picture. When we're kind of a smaller group, I can have a little bit of fun. And so I'll show you what I've got planned here. If I can find the right links. Let's see. So those are the videos. Let's see here. Bear with me. I'm just trying to find my recording that I did. Yes, right here. So this, I'm going to share a picture here. I'll just airdrop this, I guess. You guys have to watch me doing stuff on the fly here. I'm just trying to find, it should work. What do you mean no people are found? Okay, I have an idea. I'm not giving up that easy. Just give me a second, you guys. I want to share with you what I've got planned for tomorrow. And I absolutely love going into the mountains fly fishing. And I love, yeah, I just absolutely love doing that. And so, well, you know what? Maybe I'm not going to be able to do that either. My goodness. It is such a challenge when I'm trying to multitask and share things with you guys. And there, I'll pull this one off. Okay, that's what I was trying to show you. All right, so this is what I love to do. Let's pull that one off. I love to go. You can see my friends in the background. This is a mountain river, the Upper Old Man River, and those little shelves with beautiful waterfalls. There is unbelievable cutthroat trout that are in there that are just so pretty, so beautiful, and that's what I love to do. And what I catch them on is flies. And right there, you can see my fingers holding this little worm. And I caught a beautiful bull trout in there. Maybe this one's a little bit easier to see there. But that's what I spend my free time doing. And it's supposed to be pretty warm tomorrow as far as weather goes. It's supposed to be about 17 or 18 degrees, which is really nice for winter. We're pretty much in there with October, but I've got some new waders that allow me to go into the water and keep me warm and dry. And so me and my friend Claire are going to go up there and we're going to do a little fishing. So maybe I'll share the results of our fishing expedition. We've got a few more weeks here until the fishing season ends in the rivers on October the 31st. So, okay, let's see what we have. See, that's what happens when people notice I'm tired. I have no more agenda. I just randomly talk. Okay. Okay. I have a visitor visa in Canada. Can I possibly convert it to an open work permit? Not unless you have, you know what, open work permits are so limited. There's only certain circumstances. You're accompanying a spouse. You've got a PR application that's received approval in principle. There's an acknowledgement of receipt on it. And you already have a work permit. Those are some of the limited situations. The swap program that we have with the US, the working holiday program that we have with, other companies, other countries. But when it comes to work permits, if you're here as a visitor, really, really hard to convert. The company pretty much needs a labor market impact assessment. And then you still, you have to go through the work permit process. Okay. I think, we've got a super chat here. Didn't intend for that today, but thank you so much, Harsha. Okay, so what does she say here? I applied for TR to PR International Grad Stream at 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, yep, no AOR yet, but my work permit expires December 5th this year. What shall I do? Okay, I think I already answered that one. They're realistically, you're in a situation where you have to keep your fingers crossed that you get that acknowledgement of receipt before the time runs out. Will your employer support you with an LMIA? Will they go through that process? That's pretty much what you're sitting at if your work permit's expiring. Will they support you with an LMIA? Otherwise, you are in that situation where you have to wait for that acknowledgement of receipt to arrive. And December 5th is coming up, but an LMIA is, in my mind, is the way that you're able to guarantee the ability to extend your work permit. Okay, Sanchez says, how much hourly wage is needed for an LMIA for administrative coordinator? Well, it comes down to the knock. Give me a knock, Sanchez, and then I can probably tell you what it would be. Give me a knock and tell me where, and then I'll show you how to find that out. Malik, we talked about this a little bit earlier today. As far as no FSW, they're just backlogged and they have to clear out the backlog before they start bringing in other ones. And so was it going to resume? Probably in the spring of next year. Home support, caregiver, 35 left. No one send me confirmation if received or not. What is the time for work perm results? It is for caregivers. It's a nightmare. I wish I could tell you. Check the processing times that I've showed you guys before. All you have to do is go here and I can close this up. Just go to the processing, check processing times right here, and then just search and see if there's anything available in here. But processing times, work permits in Canada are just not a massive priority, especially if they feel you can extend it. Okay. Well, we got one thumbs down. Okay. Well, I guess not everybody is happy with what I do, and that's fine. Okay, let's see what we have here. Thanks, Mohammed. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, Lakshmi says, I've declined my ITA wrongly, assuming I was not eligible for CC last September as 10 days were remaining to complete 1 year. Is there any way to revoke my ITA or should I wait for future draw? You've declined your ITA. Is there any way to revoke my ITA or should I wait for future draw? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. You said you've declined the ITA wrongly. I'm not quite sure what your question is, I think, Lakshmi. Yeah, get the profile in again and wait for that draw to happen. Yeah, Mahak, that's not something that I can answer. Yeah, the province or city is best for finance professionals. You really, I'm going to ring that bell. You really need to slide over here and book a consult, and then we can assess. Just book a consult with me, and we can talk about exactly what options might be available, because there's a lot of, when you come to finance professional, is that like an accountant? Is it an auditor? It pretty much requires us looking at the provinces and understanding, where you're at. Are you outside Canada? Are you inside Canada? There's a whole bunch of different factors. What is this, Anil? Oh, pure character, bowing down, saying thank you. I'll give you a big shout out. That means a lot, my friend. Thank you. Okay. Anitha says, hey, Mark, from the UAE, your guidance means a lot to us. Each and every tip of yours. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Is IRCC going to speed up the processing? They're working on it. I know they are. We're starting to see slow incremental movements with the overseas applications, but it's taking a long, long time. Francis, thank you. Bless you and your family, Mark. Thank you for your sharing and all the work that you do. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to get kind of emotional tonight. It's probably because it's after midnight and we've been going here for about an hour, and I was just going to jump on. And yeah, you guys are the ones that feed me. You're the ones who keep me going when really I just want to just go to sleep. We'll do a couple more and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. Thank you, Naima. Thank you. Let's see here. Try to get to, okay, Francis. Oh yes, Francis, you are so awesome. My husband and I took Mark's Express Entry Masterclass earlier this year. With every penny, Mark and his team are the best. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Francis. Like, you guys are the ones that just, I could sit here and extol the virtues of my course all day, but those of you who participated in it, you're the ones who help other people to realize that, hey, it isn't just some goofy course of no value. So thank you. Thank you, Manshot. That means a lot. It really means a lot. I'm just trying to do what I can where I can. And Anime, like you said, have you ever seen a court record police report request before? Yes, it's in the context of when they want proof or they want confirmation of a criminal record that you have. So they want details of it. So we call these things, when I'm working with clients, they're rehabilitation applications. Or I'm able to identify right away if there's some form of a criminal record or something like that. And that's when they make these requests. So either they got you mixed up with someone else, or they don't make a request for a court record unless you've disclosed a prior criminality or they've discovered or found something that they assume is attributed to you. Okay. Yes, we've got that one. Sometimes these duplicate. So Okay. Katul says, asking on behalf of my brother. My brother course completion date is December 17th and his study permit expires on December 31st. So he has only 13 days to apply for a work permit now. Well, like I said, we can talk about the details and logistics of it, but it depends on how fast the results of the course come through. You may need to apply to extend the study permit first. My throat's kind of dry. I haven't got any water. He might have to consider applying for an extension of his study permit first to stretch it out long enough so that he has that extra time. But he's in a real difficult spot because obviously you need the confirmation of graduation from the school before you can file the post-grad work permit application. But when you're running out of time, the study permit can't be expired before the post-grad. You apply for the post-grad. Although I know they're trying to make rules, and you have to go in and just take a look at the website and see if they were going to make some rules to soften that a little bit. But you may just very well consider applying to extend the study permit possibly. But I know it's not an easy situation. You might want to book a consultation, Katul, and I would actually, in this case, when it comes to, when I ring the bell there and I put you guys over here, in this case, I would actually direct you to Alicia right here or Susan. They are kind of they're more study permit gurus than I am. So, all right. Oh, so nice. How tall are you? I'm about 5'11", so I'm about 178, 180 centimeters. Yeah, I think that's how tall I am. Okay. Thank you for the very, very kind words. Okay. Josh says, sponsorship, medical passed, received my open work permit. So what next now towards my PR? Wait. That's pretty much where you're at. Okay. Savan says, got my PR, all thanks to you. May God bless you and your family. There's a big one. Okay. Kartik, let's see here. Says, I finally got study permit after 2 months. I applied for withdrawal for the applied due to some mistakes for which I got a visa and filled another file, wondering what will happen to second application now. You know what? If you got it approved the first time, there's a good chance that you're going to have a good shot the second time. Sugam says, can I intern for you? Well, right now we're not looking for interns, but we're as we grow, we're absolutely going to be adding people. So watch our career page. Okay. So one of the things that we have on our website is our careers. And so our careers right now, we're looking for a Canadian immigration lawyer. But if we start to look for any interns, Sugam, if you're a Canadian called lawyer, then that's what we're looking for right now. But as far as interns otherwise, at this stage, we're not looking for them. Okay. But thanks for the question. Okay, here we go. Sanchez got the 1221. You're killing me. Okay, let's go through here. All you do is you go to the jobbank.ca.gc.ca home, go to trend analysis, go to wages. I don't think you indicated where, but we'll show you how this works out. Let me just keep this right there. And then you were saying 1221. Okay, so 1221. Office manager, search, and then we look down here. So we're looking at for LMIAs is this column right here, the middle one, the median. And so the average in Canada is $25 an hour. But let's say you're in Lethbridge, Alberta, where I'm from, it'd be 25 as well. If you're going to Toronto, Ontario, then you go here, Toronto region, 25 as well. So it looks like it's about $25, my friend. Okay. Okay. Errors and warnings. Okay. I see so few cases per lawyer. For instance, some lawyers only have 5 to 10 cases in their entire career in federal court for immigration. Can you explain that? Also, what is success rate on procedural fairness ladder? Well, it's pretty simple. I'll tell you why there isn't a lot of cases by lawyers. It's because they never get to federal court. It's because the case of that lawyer is so strong and the officer was so wrong that it never, ever has to go to court. And the best rarely ever have to go to actual court because the Department of Justice lawyer consents. Basically, they say, oh yeah, we don't need to go to court. I agree with you. The officer screwed up. We're sending it back. That's why. And those that go to court, sure, maybe they have 5 to 10 actual cited decisions, but I can tell you they have 90 times more that never got there because the Department of Justice lawyer didn't want a negative decision in court to hamper the officers because the officer made a big mistake, and they'd rather consent to it, send it back. So basically it's saying, okay, yeah, lawyer, you win. Doesn't have to go to court. That's why. Okay. Yeah. And so success rates on procedural fairness letters. Well, for my clients, I've never lost on a situation that I took and challenged an officer. I've never lost, but the reality is if I think that officer was right, I don't challenge it. Right. So when the procedural fairness letter comes in and they feel like, and I think that's what you mean by PFL, when that comes in to a client or someone that books a consult with me, we go through and I put my immigration officer hat on and I make sure that I know exactly why they're asking. And if I don't know why they're asking for something, I make sure that what we're submitting is a perfectly 100% true, correct, and accurate. And yeah, but anything can happen. Just because I've had a decent success rate, it's largely, I don't contest things that are correct in law. If an officer made the right decision to refuse, like you forget to include a color copy of a German police certificate and you include a black and white one and they refuse it, I don't challenge that. At the end of the day, they want a color one. And so that's what they want. All right. Let's zip through here and I'm going to wrap up for sure. I'm going to start playing the music. So that's the sign that we're going to start shutting this thing down here. Okay. Okay. 3 refusals for a study permit 3 years ago. Then I started bachelor's degree. Now I want to again apply for a study permit. Should I go for it? Do I need to book consultation? Arshdeep, I recommend when it comes to applying for a study permit, you'd have to really look at all those past reasons for a study permit, why it was refused. And just because you've started bachelor's doesn't necessarily mean that now they're going to grant that study permit. So yes, I recommend you book a consult and let's talk about in detail. Mihail, it's good to see you again. Awesome. Thank you for connecting. And then we've got another awesome, okay, I got an Airwire from TR to PR and uploaded all docs I need 2 months ago. Still waiting the final decision. Yes, it is just taking that long. It just is. It absolutely is. And all you can do at this stage is wait. Okay. You're very welcome. Errors and warnings. It was great spending the evening with you. Lots of fun. And yes, sleepless nights. Okay. Oh, so you got a disturbing the peace. Okay, you need to book the consult. I knew there was something going on there. Disturbing the peace is not a criminal offense that would, well, you know what? I'm not going to say anything because I need to see exactly which offense that you were charged with. Okay, I think we're going to end it there, guys. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Kartik, wonder how I can become a lawyer like you in Canada? You got to get your Canadian call. Either go to law school or get your foreign credential assessed. Igor's going through it. It's painful. It's really hard, but he's doing it. All right. So there we go. Chance of CC draws, maybe. Good evening to you, Sajatha. Okay, I think we're just about wrapped up. You're very welcome, Sanchit. And everybody else, thank you so much. And Mark Holthe signing off, reminding you guys to get over here and join me in the upcoming Express Entry Step-by-Step course. And if you've already gone through the process, then sign up as an affiliate. Let me pay you 30% of the commission and recommend that people book it through your link, and you get compensated for doing what you've already been doing for so long. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great evening. I'm getting ready to go fishing. Well, I'm going to go to sleep first. Take care.